Yeah, good evening YouTube. I decided to give this floor machine a try to remove the mastic remover residue, and I think I give it a thumbs up. That is just so much easier than doing it by hand, scrubbing on a brush. I did this section over here with the hand brush, and then I thought, you know what, I got this machine. So I have one of the 3M Scotch-Brite pads on there, and I think that is the ticket. I tried the bristle brush, but it tends to splatter the detergent around quite a bit. I think I'm going to keep going. I got to finish this before it dries, and then I got to mop it up. So I'll show you what this looks like when I get finished. Okay, YouTube, that floor machine officially rocks. That is the way to do this. You can go over it twice. What I did was sprayed the degreaser down, went over with the machine, mopped everything up, and then I found a few areas where I had to go back and do a touch-up. So I just sprayed down some more degreaser, went back over it, mopped it up again, and that did pretty good. Yeah, good morning YouTube. Just give you a morning after look at the cleaning I did last night. I still have a little bit of paint drops to scrape up. I don't know if you can see that in the camera, but there's some white paint that was on the floor, and I'll need to scrape the hardened paint up and then go over that again with the floor machine to take up the residue. I think the crack repair was pretty good. There's a little bit of mastic residue that I'll probably have to either brush or scrape off by hand. This right side is a little bit higher, so the floor machine skimming over the top of that. But other than that, I think all the thin set residue came up perfectly clean. Crack, what can you do about it? It's there, and it's probably been there for close to 60 years. But I think that came out pretty good. There's some more of the dark areas in here where you can see the pattern of the tiles. So that's what I was mentioning about wanting to check the whole floor. When those were the only dark areas I had, you know, I was trying to find ways to get rid of them. But now there's other dark areas. I figured since I can't really do much to lighten those spots, and there's more than just a couple of them, that's part of the character of the floor. I figure that's going to be there, and I'll put the stain over the top of that. And so I'm trying to decide right now. There's 3 colors of stain I'm looking at. One is a tan color, which would probably be just a little bit darker than the floor right now. There's also a terracotta color, which is kind of the look I'm going for. Sort of a terracotta tile like you see on a Mexican paver tile. But I think over the already fairly dark floor, that terracotta would be too dark. And so there's an orange color that's kind of in between those two that I think might come out just right. The orange over the really dark areas will kind of look like terracotta, and then in the lighter areas will be a little more orangey. So I think my next plan of attack, I'll probably go down this side of the room and across the front a ways, strip that area. Then I'll do the same thing on the side behind the camera, go down the wall and around the front of the room, and then that leaves me with about maybe a 5-foot wide strip of mastic in the middle that I can probably do all at once. And the last one will be a little tricky because I'll need to strip all but one square. I can move the mastic remover into the one unstripped area, clean the area I've stripped, and then I'll have to actually put the kitty litter in the mastic remover and pick it all up, because I can't move it anywhere at that point. Because if I put it on part I've already cleaned, it'll get dirty again. So at that point I've got to figure out what to do with the liquid mastic. Yeah, you can see the hand working marks on the floor, so I think that all lends to the character, and if you tried to get that look, it would be very hard to do. So I'll take what I can get. So if anyone has any comments, I'll put a link to the colored sealer that I'm looking at, and also a link to a couple of pictures of the Mexican paper tile look that I'm going for. And if anyone has any suggestions along that line, post up in the comment section below. And as always, thanks for watching.